We're here at Kansas, FSE 14. This is FSB Racing Live. Friday night, Winston Cup 88. Sponsored by Stallman's at Bear Creek. Let's get some here. 21 drivers, and this is Mel Minter Jr. with your host, Greg Bernardo.
Milty, good evening, everyone, race fans, drivers. Kansas, this is a new track though to FSB, Milty. I don't know, I've never recalled driving this track personally. Maybe it's been used in the past, but yeah, this is a night Kansas track, a lot of grip, and very friendly track. So I see a lot of green flag racing, a lot of strategy tonight, Milty.
Yeah, if the field can get spread out, this field does very well for green flag runs. We're probably going to have some, and then we go to that all-important fuel pit window, and I put your base on about 34 laps, and that's running out coming in, but you can clutch here, so. See if it stays green, and that can happen.
Yeah, and we're in happy hour here, riding with the 191 car. Milty, take us a couple laps around Kansas here when it pops up there.
Well, this is a cool track, and when you look in car here, as I'm going to in car right now. And we're just coming out of turn 2 there. Wide sweeping with banking, and it kind of tails off. Now 3 and 4 here, you got a flat entry, a lot less banking, and as looks like Michael's going to pit here, which we might as well talk about this. Very important to get woe down before those cones right there. In the driver's meeting, they were told, hot pitting is not a good idea. That this track is right on the mark. You better be down to what's our pit road speed?
45, I believe.
45 miles an hour, or you're going to get busted. And then getting your black flag fixed is also you're going to have to be very disciplined and keep your head, or the track will just make you go around and pit again.
Yeah, that's right, Milty. So
then we can get in with another car here.
It's happy hour actually coming to an end here.
Okay.
Let's take a quick look at the qualifying order, Milty. And as we said, the 28 coming down in landed right outside of the track there at the little private runway.
Yeah, we saw his Learjet come in.
Helicoptered in and pole position for the 28 car, Ed Kerstetter.
Well, and his helicopter almost ran into Matt Watkins' helicopter, who's also flying in there. And Kerstetter's just lighting the league on fire here. And he happens to be our teammate, too, which we like that. And Sean Reap in the 62 also won last night in the FSB trucks. And Michael Sanders, always a top 5 qualifier. That's a pretty good starting top 3 right there.
Yeah, and as you see the field lining up on pit lane to take their pace lap. Some really nice paint jobs there. And there's our pole sitter, the 28 car, 62 on the outside pole. 191 of Mike Sanders, and the 9 of Ken Hansen in the second row. So a veteran second row, Milty.
One car we sorely miss is the 29 of Jeff Hale. I believe he was leading the points. He had serious back surgery about a year ago, and neck surgery, and he's in a lot of pain. And I can relate. I haven't been able to drive from a pinched nerve, and he's going to have to take a break for a while and pretty much relinquish his chances for winning the championship.
And there we see that.
but
Yeah,
he
that's
will
a
be missed.
yeah, that big time. And hopefully, he said he might be able to pop in for a race here and there. So hopefully we'll see him, and hopefully he picks Friday night race that we can broadcast so everyone can see what he has to offer. Because yeah, he's a threat to win every time he shows up, Milty, and hopefully he'll heal up 100% and come on back. There's the aforementioned Matt Watkins in the DeLorean ride, Milty.
Yeah, this guy just knows how to manage the race and manage these types of tracks. He's got to be the favorite again, no matter where he qualifies. He just finds a way. Okay, I got to do it this way
Yeah,
this time.
and pace car is off, and Ed is gonna lead the field to a green flag, and we're gonna be off for 107 laps at Kansas Speedway. I think
Yep, the
it's called.
Stallmans at Bear Creek 107. This is.
Yeah, the Stallman at Bear Creek's 107 is officially underway, Melty. And there we see the 28
Good
car.
spacing there.
Yeah, it looks like everyone got off to a. As I said, Milty, it's a pretty friendly track. I'd say at least two,
Oh, we got a car
definitely
off
three
here,
lines.
way off the pace. This is Chad Stallman, and our sponsor in the 92 is just rolling on the inside of the track here. We'll have to see what happened.
And he came in pretty hot to pit lane, Milty. So, and looks like
that's
he had some issues there. I don't know what that was, but unfortunately, it looks like he's out of the race. So we just
I'm taking a look
started.
at it right now as you stay with the live action.
Yeah, and back to the live action, we see that the 191 of Mike Sanders is looking to lead some laps here at Kansas, as he's challenging Ed on the inside. Ed giving him room. He's in that second groove there, maybe second and a half groove. Mike on that inside line. Looks like the inside line I would say, is the preferred line. The outside
He just
line
pulled
certainly.
over.
Yeah.
Very bizarre. Sorry.
The outside line is fast though. If you can get some cars lined up, I think Draft will play heavily here with the friendly handling cars and great setup.
Some kind of emergency must have happened there because he just pulled over, and which that's per rule book and how we like it, and how, proper sim racing. Sometimes stuff happens. I know one time I was in a race, my wife had a stroke, that sucked, but and she's still alive and kicking with us, so we got busy.
And we see Mike Sanders is taking the lead, and he's kind of pulled away from the field. Ed up high. I know from speaking with Ed a great many times now during other series races, Milty, he is a strategist and a fuel saver, and I'm sure he's immediately in tire and fuel saving mode right here. And he'll give up positions for saving that stuff for the end of the run. And he can save fuel with the best of them. So I see him doing that already. And let's see how the rest of the field treats that, if they're going to pass him by or if they're going to kind of all line up behind him and all do the same thing. That will be interesting scenarios that can set up here at Kansas.
Yeah, these guys are all pro sim racers, so they know this is if it goes green, they have to adjust quickly and try to go in tire saving mode, and race for the possibility of green flag racing. Then you adjust after.
Yeah, and right now
Matt Watkins not really moving anywhere there. He's just staying back there, so he definitely is in that mode.
Yeah, and there hasn't been a lot of position changing behind first and second place right now. The 86 car of Mark Dillon, 303 Ken Ron, 62 is tucked in. Everyone kind of single file. The '07 of Ken Soska's right there. There's Ken Hansen. He started on the second row, so Ken's fallen back, but he looks like he may have, trying to find that spot where he can uh, get a little draft, get a little fuel savings, and take it easy on the tires for the last half of the run. 54 car, though, right behind him, Milty. And 54 car, Milty, and tire savings sometimes don't go in the same sentence.
Yeah, but Bill, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, Bill knows how to start up front and stay up there.
Yeah, and right now, as we look at the running order, Milty, 54 car showing in 8th position, so he's very comfortable, I think, right where he is. He can see basically every car ahead of him. So he's in very good shape here. And again, Milty, this has a really green flag look to this race. And if you can get 4 or 5 more laps every run, you're going to be in a very good position to win this race if it stays that way.
I'm watching in the back here, and they're doing the same thing, really. They're not, like 16th to 21st. They're just in line running.
Yeah, and as we kind of drift our way toward the middle of the field here, the 98.
Boy, wow, 15 almost got into Mike Pruitt there. Mike Pruitt got a little, as the tire wear goes, then you're going to start seeing cars get loose, and then we're going to see some action. Matt took the air out from under him and just barely got by him there, but no harm, no foul.
And still some slicing and dicing among the 59 and 72, Milty. That's Ryan Johnson and the aforementioned Mike Pruitt.
Ryan's got wins this year, and his son Isaac is kicking butt. We got like 4 Johnsons in this league
and they all win.
And they're not related except for those two, but they run.
And the only other thing that they have in common is they all win. Speaking of winners this year, Milty, there's the 108 car in that homebrew paint job by the Dog. But Dog is just
what did he get, a truck?
Really
truck
coming
win,
into his own this year. Yeah, he's got Chicken Run wins. He's got a Super Speedway wins. He's winning all over. We've got a Pro Truck win under his belt now. So
and he finished the 600. Which, by the way, from his cockpit, which is in a wheelchair, it's
pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome, you know.
And as we get back into the top 5 here, we can see it's really nose to tail, Milty. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. I mean, they're all nose to tail. Now Ed looking to take a move on the inside of Mike Sanders. And let's see what Mike has to say about this, if he's going to fight back on the outside or if he's going to let it happen. Still side by side. Give Ed the credit for leading that lap. Ken Ron now making a run down low with Ed, pushing him just ahead. Some good racing here at the front.
Yeah, close quarters too,
and that's really allowing the rest of the pack, though, Milty, to really stack up behind the leaders as well.
This is the kind of racing Kansas is known for, and we've had some short, like the last broadcast was a rougher race, but it was here these guys can really duke it out and do it pretty safely.
Now Ed is in the lead, has reasserted his lead. The 303 of Ken Ron really wants to take that second position away from Mike Sanders. Mike kind of hung up on the outside now, but he has some friends behind him. Ken Soska trying to catch up there, and it looks like he's getting a good run on the outside, Milty. And as these tires wear, isn't it traditional?
It changes, yes.
That you like to drift up just a bit as the tires continue to wear. And
that's why I try to run low early.
Oh, and there's contact between the 303 and the 191, and there's a big stack up. The 9 in, the 07's in it.
And I was not live on my other feed here, so that was hurting me a little bit.
Holy cow. Down low. Yeah, and
9. That's points implications there for him with Jeff out. He was looking. I mean, he like he said in the forum, Jeff's still the champ as far as he was concerned, but that's going to change things.
yeah, and that was contact between the second and third place cars right there, Milty, and something that you don't normally see in FSB racing, to tell you the truth.
Well, you don't see it
Not
from Ken Ron very
no,
often.
nor Mike Sanders. So just a little hard race, and it looked like maybe they just touched and kind of stuck together, as sometimes it happens in that I. Sometimes, Milty, it grabs you as the
Well,
pace
it was
car.
close quarters there, and like we said, as we were just talking about tire wear, and it changes how because these setups are so good. This one obviously is really good, and after the first couple of laps, they were all feeling their oats as the leaders come down pit road here. So we'll have Ed Kerstadler and the FSB pit crew
And there we
service his car here.
get a nice shot of pit lane here, and you can see the entire field streaming down pit road. 28 car in the foreground, all the way back until just just a little dot for the last car on line. That's how many cars are in this field, Milty. Mistakes can be
Ooh, 2
punished,
tires from somebody there.
and everyone's scrambling off a pit lane and looks fairly
That
successful.
was that Ken Ron with 2 tires? Boy, he had a really good stop after gathering it together there.
And see the 83 car there. Don't know if he pitted, Milty, or was he a 2 tire?
He must have stayed out, and he's going to lead a lap and then pit.
And you know, like you said, with Jeff Hale, uh, the the leader of the series, obviously, if he's still the leader after this race, it's not. I mean, I believe he'll be back into fourth or fifth place already after missing one race. So, um, 1 point, Milty, for leading a lap. That can go a
Yeah,
long way toward a championship now.
well, Monsoon Motorsports knows this. It's 20 laps in, so you're and the field is green flag. I think we're going to have green flag, so why not go to the back again and do the same thing? Just chill and save your tires and oh, try to get some pit advantage as far as with fuel.
And then we see, looking back here, Milty, at the incident, see Ken Ron and Mike Sanders just nose to tail, and just good hard racing. But let's take our first look at it. And it looks like the 303 may have drifted up, as you said. The tire wear there might have played a factor. Ken got in fairly aggressively into the turn. Looked like drifted up just ever so slightly, and contact was made.
Yeah, I think he just thought he was clear or something, and that was very bizarre. His car just kind of went right a little bit right there, where apparently he lost track of where the 191 was.
And we see
Or
that.
where his lane needed to be. When you're driving, I mean, you're always thinking about lanes. Where their lane is going to be, you have to anticipate where your opponent's lane is going to be, and also where your projected lane is. It's at the speed of light there, or at the speed of 170 miles an hour.
And we see the lights are now off on the pace car. Ed has reassumed the lead after Webb picked off that bonus point. 28 is our leader, 62 second.
Well,
303
once
Ken
again,
Ron managed to hold on to third place there. Uh, don't know if he spent any time in the pits to repair anything if needed, but if he did a quick pit stop there, not to lose time, and didn't get any damage fixed, if there is some, Milty, that could play a factor here in this very draft dependent track.
Yeah, looking on the scanner here, there was apology out from the 303.
And Milty just looking at the field here right before we go green. The 15 car has made his move early in this race, and he's already back in 5th place. So
Manny, we're going back to the future.
So usually Matt likes to slowly work his way to the front. This time it looks like he's decided not to let that happen. And 28 car is going to start us off again, and we're back to green flag racing, lap 21 of 107.
Well, so you have to figure the 303's got an ink there. So how's that going to affect his driving? I don't think it's going to affect him much. He's just going to, he didn't intend to do that the first time, so he's going to try to race clean and race for the win later on here.
Yeah, and immediately the
59 Ryan Johnson's quietly up to 8th place there. The Johnson family has just been kicking butt there. And Isaac's a real talent, and Dad has really gotten into the flow here with having his son, and they get to race with each other. And Thor Dog's got a couple good studs right there.
Yeah, he sure does. And Ryan has really come on very strong this season, especially. And right as you were talking there, Milty, the 62 car looked
like 151 got loose. Bubba came up behind him in the 24 and did a great job to get out of the gas to miss him. Guy gets back in line. Great save for the 151 there. No harm, no foul, no blood. And the caution is out.
So we assume it was for that. Let's see what happened.
No, we got Earl Thorson in the 33 car, also from Thor Dog, and he's got some damage on that car down on the apron.
So looking back at the 151 here.
And he is moving real slowly, and that rear end's all ate up.
Yeah, we see the 151 getting a little loose there, and that was about it though. Nice save by Guy though. That's a great job actually.
Yeah, very nice save from the Pro Cup champ. Put in a lot of time there.
And at the same time,
swept the floor.
Milty at the same. Oh my! There was actually Milty. We had a wreck there, and
yeah, that's. Like, I'm just now looking back at it too. So
looked like Earl got caught.
There it is.
Was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and we see the 68 car came up and looked like slowed down in front of the 9 car, and Ken Hansen, nowhere to go, got into the back of the 68 car, both into the outside wall, and then the 9 came down and
he's trying to save it
and clipped Earl, and ouch for that.
Well, that's a tough night for. Oh, and the 9 gets creamed across the front end there.
Yeah, so
Earl is still in the pits. Extensive time there. Good to see Earl back, but that's not how you like to see him back.
No, it's not. But man, so two early cautions here. We're only on lap 25, so looks like most of the leaders elected to stay out here on this second caution.
Only a few laps, and at 25, you're in the extra pit window at a pit window of 34. as your base pit window.
Yeah, we're slowly going through the field here under caution. 54 Bill Yarbrough there. Team Realtree, 62. Sean Reed.
Bill's won a lot of races. He'd like to win one on Friday night. He just has not. He's won one on Friday night, but I think he'd like to win another one here.
And here's 98 there of Sammy Young. Sammy's been winning races in bunches, Milty, this season. He's having a great season across the board. I wouldn't be surprised to see him leading laps here. Anytime we get an extended green flag. And speaking of leading laps and winning races, the 15 of Mount Watkins, of course, a threat to win any track, any series, any discipline. There he is. 86 car, Jägermeister. You have any Jägermeister, Milty?
Well, there's a story behind that. When you throw up and it's purple, it's probably not a good thing. And that was the end of my Jägermeister career, along with a few knots on my head and a little police contact. Fortunately, I did not go to jail.
Well, leave that story for
but everybody
day,
else
Milty.
did.
Yeah, another story for another day there, Milty. Maybe this is more your style, if not the Jaeger, Milty. How about the Cuervo Tradicional Silver Tequila? How about that?
I'll tell you, T-Roy, he only sponsors what he's an alcohol salesman, so he only sponsors what he has on his car, what he sells. And but cold tequila is pretty good, especially at T-Roy's house. Hey, there's Bubba. Bubba's out early practicing, and he looks really serious, and he has been running solid in the top 10 here. Bubba's improved tremendously on the track. His Photoshop skills are excellent also. And his banter on the forum is... of course, he still thinks he sponsors my daughter to serve them beer in their pub. But
I think that ship sailed a long time ago.
I think it did. Yeah.
There's the twins there, Milty, the 68 and the 43. Little different schemes, though.
As we go green here.
And we're going green. Pace car's off, and there's Ed leading them down.
Well, it's right back to the same old, you know, what you need to do. Bisconder off the pace as the two STP. I'm so used to saying FSB. STP cars. And there around goes Chet in the 68. And he stopped there, and he is gone. That car must have got loose with that damage, and he ran a couple laps, spun it, and said, "Heck with this."
Yeah, caution is out. Caution is out. So again, we'll be slowed.
Big Chet's always the sportsman, and
yeah,
he's been running well lately.
He has, and that's a rare thing to see, actually, is Chet just spinning on his own. So obviously the car was damaged, you know, so much that as soon as he made the next turn, it was gone.
Well, now what do you do?
Yeah, now I think.
Laps,
yeah, now I think if you're
I think he's going in here.
Yeah, I think if you're the 28 now, you're thinking cautions are going to breed cautions, and
he's fainting to see. It'll be a little cat and mouse game here, but I think they're not going to screw around with this.
Yeah, I don't. You know,
and he stays out. The heck do I know?
And let's see who the takers are. The 59 to 108. And then the rest.
I think you get fuel and tires here, and you're on the lead lap. You're going to come back in the top 10, and Or maybe not. A lot of cars staying out there. Very interesting.
A
A
lot
lot
of
of
cars.
cars coming in too.
Yeah, the back third of the field looks like came in, including Dog, Ryan Johnson. Oh, and Sammy has parked and disappeared, Milty. I don't know if he's. You can leave the race in the pits and come back without losing if you're doing some setting things, or he could be out of the race, Milty, and that would be too bad.
Or looking at a replay, but I don't think he's not in any.
And he's showing the
Doesn't have
tires.
any.
So the 98's out of the race. Just 30 laps in, still 78 laps to go here. So we've had some retirements now as we look at the standings here. That's 4 cars out, 1 car a lap down, so 17 cars on the lead lap, Milty.
Well, thing is about getting tires and fuel now is that if we get another quick caution, then you can stay out and you get your track. I mean, it's no time to panic
No,
or
not at
worry too
all.
much.
Not at all.
Yes,
And,
it is.
and
It's time to panic.
we have Sam Young here. What happened?
Sam Young pulled the Bonehead of the Year award, so he gets it finally. He gets the Dope Award for today. Now, I pulled into my pit stall to recalibrate my wheel, and I went to hit options, and I hit escape, and it took me out of the game. Oops.
Well, Greg was spot on saying he thought that you were going to change some settings there, but wow, that's
Yeah.
devastating. You had a good car tonight.
Yeah, I was going to have some fun. It's very, a lot of fun tonight. A lot of fun. This track is
Well,
always
you
fun.
welcome to hang out in the booth and give your 2 cents here.
Okay, it might be quiet for a bit, but glad to
No
hang out
worries.
here, and I'm still in the channel, so we'll watch this race and see how it unfolds.
Cool
Yes,
deal.
we will. Okay, well.
Piscona goes back in and tops off. Interesting.
Yeah, and he was letting us go, even though he was a lap down. He wasn't pulling up to the inside. I think he was choosing and electing to stay in the back.
Bubba too. Bubba was in the top 10. A great run for him. And with this, I'll take a short break. Sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers, and Stallman's at Bear Creek. Not Beer Creek, Bear Creek.
Yeah, that's the animal, not the drink. Milty, after about 12 or 13 of them, might not be able to distinguish between the two. That's one of the issues. But we have the lights out on the pace car, which is good news. A lot of yellow flag and cautions breed cautions, and I'm kind of surprised at the contact here. In doing some run early in practice there, it felt very easy to pick a line and hold it and be very competitive, Sammy. Did you find
Really,
that the case?
I think it's a great set. It's tough when you get to these truck setups, which is this is basically a truck setup, the CTS, and it's a big heavy car, and they tend to push up, especially in the middle of the run. But in the beginning, in the middle of the run, if you can really just ease off in the center of the turn and let the thing turn, let the car turn, you can get some great tire wear, and it great comes off the corner great, especially coming off of 4. Man, it's so much fun coming off of 4 because you aim towards the wall and it doesn't bring you up to the wall. You just go up alongside it, and you can really save some tire wear too coming out of 4.
Yeah, it looked like early on in that first run, which was the longest before we got our first caution, some guys immediately went into fuel and tire saving modes. So you can save some gas and save some tires here and be competitive at an end of the run. So let's see if we can get a full run here with Ed again leading them down to the green flag, the 303 Ken Ron in second, 54 Bill Yarbrough third, 62 Sean Reed.
Great run for Ken
Fourth.
Ron tonight.
Yeah, good run for Ken Ron. However, some contact with Mike Sanders, so I'm sure he's thinking he has an INSEE
Yeah, he
on his head.
recognizes that.
So,
Yeah.
He's going to
Yep.
have to drive a little cautiously, possibly. Or you say, you know what, I'm going to run my race, and if I get a second, I park it, and so be it. And there we see Ed getting a little
Great move
loose,
on
and
the
now Ken
outside,
Ron
and
came around.
Ken didn't even touch him there. So if Ken can stay off
Ooh.
everybody here and nobody hits him,
And,
wow! Just
Someone,
touching him.
it looked like the 151
Guy
clipped him.
Petra doing the ballet, the two-step there. No harm, no foul again. He's a little bit of clip there. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he got
there's
a
a little
piece
The
of
green
it.
flag stays out. The green flag stays out.
Oh,
my.
you got to be kidding me.
Now we had
Wow.
self spins
Really
before,
shake
self
things
spins,
up.
and we got cars.
And green
Wow,
flag.
Matt Watkins looking.
Oh wow, that's a really bad break for Guy and Ken.
Guy.
Man, I can't believe the green flag stayed out there. But nonetheless, let's get back to the green. Oh wow, really bad break.
Matt
for them.
Watkins already looking for the lead here on Bill Yarbrough. I was going to say Cale Yarbrough on Bill Yarbrough.
He drives like Cale Yarbrough, so it's okay.
This guy, Sam, you've been racing. All of us have been racing Matt for years, but how does he do this stuff where he just seems to know what strategy to run every single race? It's just crazy.
Yeah.
He just has it down as a game and a racing game. So he's one of those two combinations where he's great at gaming and he's also a great driver. And if you can combine them both here, you become spectacular, and that's what he is.
Yeah, and
That's great. Yeah.
when you listen to him talk about like computer things and the nuts and bolts of this game, it's like he's speaking another language for me, but
Second nature to him.
second nature to him. And I think all that does play a role in these kind of things. And man,
And it's also very, very used to these tracks, these sets. He races all the time, so he really just knows what each one of these sets and tracks are going to do. And I'm getting to that point too where I'm kind of getting used to it too, and I know what's going to happen now in most tracks. When to start off slow and then catch up, and this is a race where you can pretty much you can do what he's doing right now, just go ahead and just go for it. And now he's going to be cooling his tires. That's exactly what he's doing. He's going to use as much racetrack as he possibly can to cool the tires. And I mean, he's going to go from the wall down to the inside and then out to the outside again.
yeah. And Bill though generally doesn't like to ride behind someone if he feels he's faster. So if Matt wants to do a little savings, Bill is going to be right on his back bumper. And we've seen these cars get a little upset when they're nose to tail going into the turn, Sammy.
Yeah, especially early in a run, that back end's going to whip around on you. You got to be really careful, and that's kind of why I think I threw a gear on my just clicked over one gear on my wheel, and that's why I was going to go ahead and recalibrate because I whipped it back so quick. Because I have to go back in my wheel and fix some stuff.
Gap between 6th and 7th. Kerstetter was the big loser in those exchanges there on pit road. Don't know what happened to him, but no worries. You got a long way to go, but there is a little spacing there.
Yeah, there is. But again, I really believe Ed is in conservation mode. I think he's very comfortable driving in 7th place or 5th place or wherever that place happens to be that he feels he gets max savings from. He'll do it, and he's very disciplined. He's very good at doing it. So if it stays green, he'll reward himself. It's just if it doesn't go green, you really feel like, man, I wish I could have, if I just kept my foot down, I would be in 2nd or 3rd.
Oh, Mike Sanders touched the apron, and that thing got jiggy, and that's all it took. And now we got side by side with Sean Reap. I said, "Don't fear." I tell him, "Don't fear the Reaper." He says, "Yeah, like I haven't heard that one before."
Yeah, and they're coming up on lap traffic, and the 43 did give him plenty of room.
Yes, he did. And
who's doing a good job? Look at this Mark Dillner, Bill Dillon up here. Why is it Bill Dillner? That's I'm thinking of the announcer. No, look at Mark Dillon here.
yeah, Mark Dillon
He's up in
Jr.
3rd.
there. Yeah, he had a strong run at Michigan this week, Sammy, in the FSB Cup, and looks like another solid run tonight.
You guys remember an announcer by the name of Bobby Domer? He was on Speed Channel. Tall guy. Good friend of mine.
Yeah,
Young guy, very young looking face and young guy. Great guy.
Yeah.
He was on Speed Channel in the 90s. Sorry, man.
Another little apron bump there by the 72 car, and that let the 07 and
Oh,
Kawasaki
yeah.
by.
I was just watching
And,
that.
That apron,
Well, I'm watching
that
that
apron might play
191.
a role there.
Look at that 191 battle on the outside there. He's got Sean.
The little bump there by Mike Pruitt. He's from Texas, so he was put a little love tap on.
Put a little
there,
Texas. You want to do a little Texas
just got
two-step
his
on him.
just got his attention. You know, I'm right here, son. But great run for the 07
Yeah,
here, and now we got
the 62 and the 191 are just side by side, lap after lap. And
what's Shaska gonna do? Now we're going too wide.
Yeah, and now the 28 and 72 are going to join the fun, and one of these lanes is going to start moving, and one of them's not. Which one will it be?
Wow, look at this, huh? 5 cars in a pack.
Sammy, how's that outside line? It looks really strong.
I really like the outside line here. I like the outside line anyway, generally, if I can. And this one is super fast in the first 10, 15 laps. You can't really get out there after that, but the first 15 laps, you got plenty of tire to do this and what they're doing right now. And I don't know how Mike's holding on out there, but what a great bunch of racing that is.
And Ed went from the outside there behind
you don't know how hard that
07
is,
to
folks.
inside, and now it's 2x2. And Mike Pruitt just waiting for someone to get a little advantage, and then he'll pick that side, and you know it.
Well, we in the booth here, Sam. We were talking about tire wear after about the halfway point, like somewhere around 15 to 20 laps. You were in the race, so what's your take on that? You ran some green flag runs.
Well, I can tell
the
you
28.
Yeah, they're
Sorry
looking.
about that. The 28 was almost wanting to make it a little 3 wide there.
We ran the track Tuesday night. We were able to get a full run in, and it really does. You have to really conserve that right front tire if you want to do a full run. So let's see how those guys the speedsters up front are going to do towards the end of the run here.
Yeah, and it
looks
like they've kind of sorted themselves out here in the single file. So let's move back up to the front here. Matty Watkins in the lead, 54 shadowing him right behind him. 86 looks like he's made some inroads into that lead, Milty. It looks like he's slowly bringing him in with that draft.
He's still within 1.5 seconds. That's your draft maximum where you can get a tow. And also got a little downforce on the front end there. Of course, for Matt, he's in the best spot. But Bill Yarborough is like a pit bull with
I'm really
a
impressed
stake
with
right
Bill's
there.
moves here. I really think he's...
This ain't his first rodeo.
No, it's certainly not. But my recollection is he'd rather be leading laps than following the leader. But I think he's in a conservation mode as well now.
Well, especially when you want to be out front for that clean air, like Milt said. There's no doubt. And when you get behind somebody like Matt, there, you kind of got to keep up. You got a choice: keep up with him, and you got to really check up in the corner and keep that car low because it just wants to push up. It gets a little aero push when you're behind somebody, and you're getting a little bit more speed than the other guy, so you're going to tend to push up.
Yeah, absolutely. But you can kind of give that up just a bit. And we see the 86 getting just a little high coming out of 4 there,
I thought he was going to get the wall there. I thought he had the wall.
Might have been able to put like a scrap of paper between the wall and the car, but now the car does look a little crinkled on the outside there. See if we can take a look at that. Comes back around.
Bubba's struggling to hold on to that second pack. Car we haven't mentioned tonight, Pinky, the 23, has just been right around sniffing at the top 10. Not able to get there yet, but he's in a pretty good pack here. You got to figure Hansen's got some damage, but he's still running pretty strong.
Yeah, and this, so we got that group of 3 at the lead.
That's impressive for Ken. He's in a points battle here, and
that's right. Every position counts. There was so many cars on the lead lap. One mistake, and you can lose 15 points in the blink of an eye here.
You know, in the 59 here, Ryan Johnson, you know, for a long time he had to like work at nights, and a lot of times he couldn't run, and he would show up like on Sundays, and we'd run some, well, like, you know, with Slim's classes where he had way back then, you know, and so really never got to see what kind of talent this guy has, and now his schedule has changed. He's able to run these races, and
Were you talking about Ryan Johnson?
right, yeah,
What,
59.
I tell you what. First of all, what a sportsman! Right off the top, there, he's a great sportsman and good guy. And I tell you, he's going to be somebody to reckon with. He's getting this, and it's going to be just another season or so, and he's going to start winning some races here, and lots of them.
Yeah, well, I remember back when I first started here, um, when Ryan was winning races, and then yeah, like you know, life got in the way, and now he's back, and I agree, Sammy. I think it's just a matter of time, not
And his
if.
son's a hot
It's
shoe
just
too.
when. Yeah, and his son's gonna rack up a lot of wins in the meantime. Yeah, this is a nice little pack of cars here, led by the 59, the 9, the 83 Steve Weber, 108 Dogs in there, Jim Sharf in the 23, and the 24. Bubba hanging in there, and he's right in the draft, right where he needs to be. Guy Petra, Milty, uh, fighting hard.
We have Pruitt going into the pits. It looks like he made it, but he was skidding in. So we have green flag pit stops about ready to start.
Yeah, and we see Ed's in, Matt Watkins is in, getting service. He's already got 2 tires on, getting the last of the tires. Fuel. You see the left sides are going on for Matt Watkins,
And the 54 is up there.
and he's out in the way. 72's in. There's the
54 might beat him out.
Yeah, and
Beats
the
him out.
54 did beat
Good
him
job
out,
by
and
Bill
28
Yarborough.
picked up some ground there too, with that first preferred pit position there, Sammy. That played a big role right there.
Yes, it did.
I had my mic off. Is this early for pit stops? Fuel
I
wise?
want to say so, but
Yeah,
they
it's
had
about
don't
30
forget they
laps.
did come in. We had 2 cautions
Yeah, but
where these
they-
guys stayed out for 2 cautions. Those back-to-back cautions, they stayed out.
Yeah, about
They
30
could
So,
go
laps.
32.
So you guys, the
to
guys that
34.
topped off, they're going to be coming in about 5 laps, 6 laps.
Oh boy, man!
And Ed's coming
great
back
racer,
in.
and the 43 almost got together. Holy cow!
Ed's back in, so I think Ed got a black flag.
Yeah, this track will
maybe
do it to you.
Speeding on pit road. Let's
Well,
see.
we told the viewers about
See what happens.
that
here.
pit road and that your little speech in the driver meeting, and it looks like that reigns true.
Will he do a
That there is-
drive-through, and will he get it cleared? Is the question.
I recommend
Doggin,
that they come in and
Ryan
actually see.
Johnson.
I say come in and see the official. Actually stop in your stall because they don't
Yeah.
clear it when you just drive through. It doesn't tell you, or it tells you drive through, and even though that's wrong.
Well, let's
Yeah.
see. We'll follow Ed around and see if he has to come back in. If he does, then we know that he should have did that stop and go. You got to take your medicine, I guess, on this track.
Well, he went around.
Well, he's coming back around, so maybe
Mark
it's
Dillon
clear.
Jr., Ken Hansen with a clean pit with that beat up piece. That Coors Ford is he's still hanging around top 10.
Yeah,
You know, I'm sorry, Greg. We were talking earlier about about Ryan Johnson and some of the. You know, we got folks in here that are got a little bit of age on us, and you know what I mean, like me. And I don't know how old Milt is there, but you know, we're
I'm
up in the
180.
40s, 50s, and 60s. You know, and we're still out here competing and doing a fine job. So, shout out to us old folk.
Ooh, yeah.
yeah, Milty's like I don't know 70 something. So yeah, he's up there too, Sammy.
Cool.
Old
Here we see
enough
the,
to know better.
Here we see the final cars.
The P3 is in. Okay, so now we see the guys that were, you know,
We have the
figuring some-
72
The
wrecking on
top-off
the main
guys
straightaway. 72 on the
Oh.
main straightaway has wrecked and hit the wall, and he's smoking.
83 is okay here, I think, because he'll be able to get back out and stay on the lead lap, I believe.
Yeah, the
72 is in bad shape.
Yeah, it looks like there's
Tough luck for Mike, man.
looks like there's a small fire there, Melty. A little small fire under the hood there.
Mike Pruitt running in the top 5 here, or top 10. He was like 6th or 7th tonight.
Yeah,
but that thing is all ate up.
I think he got behind the dog there, the 108.
Hot dogs.
And the dog, I
Cheeseburgers.
think he was scared that he was going to run it. Not scared, I think he was worried that he was going to run into the 108 there. And I think he checked up just a bit and went on the inside, caught the apron, and took him to the wall.
Yeah, let's.
Well, how
take a
is
quick
this
replay
going?
Here
Yeah, watch that. And that thing's. Oh, now I'm watching it down pit road. Right side beat up, left side, front end damage.
Tough
smoke.
break for Mike. I like Mike.
Yeah, he was having a pretty solid run there.
I think he's going to go back to the garage here.
Wow. Yeah, it looked like he didn't want contact with Dog. It looked like he tried to just avoid contact there. That Dog came up a little unexpectedly. It looked like to Mike. I think Mike thought he was going to stay low there. He kind of went up high into the second lane, and Mike basically turned the wheel left to avoid
I think
into
Dog,
the back of Dog there.
Yeah, I think Dog was trying to give him the preferred line because he knew he was coming faster. He just got in front of him and misjudged it, and Mike had kind of nowhere to go there. They were zigging when they should have been zagging.
As we go back live, this is really going to scramble the standings, though. The 54 is retired as well.
Why would he? That makes no sense.
He was in 5th. I just watched him come out of the pits.
Not sure why, but it shows retired from the 4th position. So another
attrition is taking its toll here, and
yeah, that's a surprising occurrence. But Bill was looking very good.
Well, we've had 2 mystery disconnects.
We know what happened to me.
Could be your wife,
Yeah.
Well, 3 actually. So, because we had Chad Stallman, our sponsor.
Yeah,
Stallman's a bear
on the
pulled in
flag lap and just pulled right into the pits and disconnected.
I think that was probably family issue there.
Or it might have been maybe he couldn't race and it was just a points run, which you're allowed to do. Hey,
you're sure
up, you run your lap.
You collect your points.
And if you're running for points, that better than 0 if you knew you can't make the race. If you can just show up for 1 lap, at least you'll collect something.
I've heard stories. I've heard stories where
Pontiac here in first place, Sean Reap.
I've heard stories
wow.
Get kind of their milk where you actually go and have your wife drive the car around the track 1 lap. I've heard stories.
Yeah, I believe. Well, we've seen just about everything in 12 years.
Those are just the rumors.
Yeah. Well, that wouldn't be my wife, I guarantee it.
So who we got back up in the lead now? This guy.
We got this 62 guy.
Yeah, let's see. Once these cars
very
come
well-spoken guy there. But he wasn't.
He's not leading the race.
My Reaper
the 23 will be leading your race, then the 24, the 15, and the 151, and the 54.
I believe. Well, the 54 is out.
Bill, did you do what I did? Bill's in the
No, I got black flagged.
No kidding. I disconnected by hitting escape and then hitting out to try to do my options to calibrate my wheel, and I hit retire by mistake.
You couldn't clear the black flag, Bill?
Well, they said I passed the pace car, and they'd have to penalize me a lap. So
that's a shame, man. You had a good run going.
When caution comes out during the green flag pit stop cycle, it always leaves the field in disarray, as it is here with just 4 cars really on the lead lap, and then a host of cars on the tail end of the lead lap.
Yeah, I was never told to stay behind anyone or nothing. It was just total silence by my spot.
Bill, this track has some issues. I'll write another note here because it does this.
Well, that's a shame.
It's such a great racing surface, and it's great setup, and it's fun to race, but it has these issues, unfortunately, between pit road and snagging people for pulling into the pits, telling them they pulled in too early and passed the
So
pace
how,
car. That's all stuff that happens here.
what did you get a black flag for?
That I passed the pace car.
Uh,
Yeah, must have been some kind of glitch
uh,
when the caution came out with cars on pit lane and some cars a lap down and some cars.
I'm gonna take a look at that.
Uh,
Well, we have quite an interesting setup up front. Four cars
sure do.
on the, and then all the rest of them are all have to get their lap back somehow.
So we were talking, Bill, about what was like to follow. How was the front end of your car there? It seemed like you were able to keep up with Matt pretty good. You're just biding your time there.
Yeah, I was just cruising. Setup was good. The glitchy track.
Yeah, that's maybe.
Obviously, the admins will take a look at that, and
Yeah, absolutely. And so now the 62, the 86, the 07, the 28 of Ed. Let's see now. Yeah, I believe Ed's up there on the tail end. 191. All these cars are tail end of the lead lap. Let's find our leader. Where's our leader?
It's a pink. It's
there
a pink
he
car.
is. There he is.
He's easy
Leader
to find.
running
Nice pink
about
car.
10th here.
Good job by Jim.
Yeah, now
Pinky.
if you're Jim here, Sam, you have a lot of control.
What you do is you just ride. Now use as much racetrack as you can and keep those tires cool. And
And
He-
do you deal
he's
with Matt
been
Watkins
real
or do
patient.
you
you,
let
always.
Matt go. You just get up behind him and ride.
Yeah, because it looks like Matt Watkins wants to seize on this opportunity, and he gets right up on the back bumper of the 23, and he got a little pink. He's gonna get a little pink on that front bumper there, Sammy.
Well, you couldn't have put a piece of paper between them.
Well, the first thing on my notebook is at the halfway point of a race, see what the 15's doing and do what he does. That's the first thing when I open my notebook for any track is a 15 in the race, and what the heck is he doing?
Yeah, well, what he's doing is leading the race as he makes
Just
the
took
pass on
lead.
the 23, and now he's tucked into these tail end cars. Let's see if he gets aggressive here or if he elects to be satisfied with the lead.
Well,
I
I give
think-
another shout out here too. Another great driver, 24 back there is that Bubba, and that Bubba Razor's doing real good tonight. Glad to see him up there. Guy Peter behind him.
Wow, and there's some heavy traffic now for the
Wow.
leaders. Ken
That's
Hansen
close
goes high, gives
quarters,
him room.
man.
Ken, of course, involved in an earlier incident, has probably a hurt car, so doing the right thing. We appreciate that by Ken. But Matt Watkins now pressuring the 108 car, trying to put him a lap down. The 59 and the 86, they're against the wall,
Oh,
and that's going to cost them some momentum at the very least, if not damage. And that's going to cost them
that's
a
a
lap as
huge
well.
battle.
And now the 108 goes a lap down, and Matt Watkins now starting to pick him off.
Sam, you drive cockpit view?
It depends on who I'm racing against, or mostly it's what track I'm at. I'll run far view for super speedway, and then I run cockpit for most everything else.
So like at this track, you ran cockpit.
Yes, sir.
Well, with this gaggle of cars right here, what kind of vision you got?
Not much.
Yeah, you're really relying on a spotter that it really isn't reliable here at this track as well. So, yeah, a lot of issues here to deal with.
And they're running pretty darn close right
Yeah.
Well,
now.
I find myself, you can turn your head, of course, and I use my paddles on my steering wheel to turn my head and look through the net and then look to the right. I sometimes have to do that with these guys.
Oh, Ryan Johnson taking a look down low there, but then he's got a car in front of him, Michael Sanders, but it looks like he's trying to make the pass on the A3. What great side-by-side racing. That's the shame. The physics of this track are very impressive. From what I'm seeing with the side-by-side, the stock Kansas track does not give you that luxury.
No, it doesn't, and it's a tire eater. This one a little more friendly on tires.
Obviously, this
really
is why
close
we
race in
picked
there.
these tracks to try to race. But oh boy,
And the 15, the leader of the race there, he's going down onto the apron to try to do a 3-wide pass.
Hits the curb
Whoa.
and keeps it down. Very nice job by Matt to keep it down.
Whoa!
you don't know how many times I've been behind that
Wow.
guy and watch him do something just like that, and you're like, oh, he's gonna wreck. He didn't wreck. You gotta be
No.
kidding me. That is, I mean, he's the save master, dude. I'm telling you.
Nothing shocks me anymore.
Second to me, though, Milt.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. You're obviously right in that
I like
category.
stunt. I like stunt driving. Let's just put it that way.
And you know, all this is gonna do now is, you know, he's in South Carolina there, so he might have been getting a little sleepy. I'm in the lead, you know. That woke his ass
Yeah,
up
that
there,
woke
right
him
there.
up. So now we just have 4 cars on the tail end. That's the 62, the 28, the 07, and the 59. And then Matt Watkins stalking them down, and the rest of these cars now scrambling to maybe try to keep touch with Matt. In the case of a yellow, maybe he'll slow down and let a few can sneak by.
Oh,
He has
well,
a
you gotta
teammate
be-
behind him, so he wants to let his teammate behind get
You
lap back
gotta
for sure.
be careful. We saw what happened to Ed Kerstetter trying to let guys back.
That's right. So at your own risk.
It's at your own risk, and you want to be a nice guy, but at the same time, you gotta know. You know, is everybody seeing the yellow at the same time? Then you got to react, and do we have enough time? And look in your mirror, make sure nobody's going to run in the back here.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and you gotta know when to do it and when not to. So,
Especially in a race like this where you got a lap down, tail end.
30 laps to go.
It's a lot different if it's like a short track. You run 2 laps. Okay.
yeah. So now we just have 3 remaining on the tail end, and the 62 is up high, and now he's in danger of going down 1 lap. And Ed and the 59 Ryan Johnson desperately trying to stay ahead of Matt Watkins.
Well, I tell you that 28 and the 59 are going to do everything they can to not give it up. This 15 just checks up. It must be a caution because he just let everybody go. Almost got the 83 to get by him, but no, the 83 did not make it.
No, the 83 did not make
Let's see if I can go back and see what that caution was. Oh, is there a caution?
Oh, that's Ken Hansen. More damage in the rear of that 9 car. I think we got to take a look at the 9 car here.
It looks like he kind of loops it by himself, gets into the curb, got the curb a little bit, just got sideways, and it kept going.
Yeah,
Pinky does a great job. Pinky does a great job.
Yeah, he did.
This is going to be very good for some people, and but you still, even if you're on the lead lap, you still got to deal with that 15.
One stop to the rest of the race now, and there's 7 cars on the lead lap. So, and that brings the 28 car back into the picture for Matt Watkins. So I'm sure.
Actually, you can go the distance.
Yes,
from
you
here.
can now.
From here you can,
Absolutely.
yes.
Well.
Yeah. So we saw the 9 of Ken Hansen with just a little touch of that apron, and away he went. Of course, he had some damage too. So once that car got upset, it was probably much harder to save. Yeah, we see the 15 now as we go back live in the pits, getting his final service maybe of the night. We'll
Monsoon
see.
Motorsports crew, world champions.
Yeah, they know how.
They know how to make this thing happen.
They do, and now we'll watch him. We'll follow him down. Can the 28 though, with the preferred pit position? Nope, not gonna happen because he just got back on the lead lap, so we won't have that opportunity here.
Bubba Pitts in P3. How about that?
Yeah.
the Possum Hollow gang has got to be just chugging the Bush beer
Yeah, I
right
mean,
now.
I'm
Toot and
getting
LT and they're going down.
yeah, I'm
It's going to be a party.
getting a little ill thinking about all that Bush beer, Milty. It doesn't go down that easy, does it?
Well, you know, I drink the sister beer, Budweiser, which, by the way, I need to get another one before we go green.
Yeah,
In fact, I should get 2. I'll be right back.
yeah, why don't you crack one there for the Possum Hollow boys as well. But yeah, that Bush beer, you better be running good or it's going to taste like a bitter pill to swallow, Sammy.
I'm not much of a beer drinker. Kind of like the whiskey, though. If you're gonna have to taste it, my alcohol, which never tasted good to me, I might as well get something that's gonna get the effect right away and quick. Whiskey does that.
So let's recap this the standings here, Sammy. We got 27 laps remaining here. Matt Watkins is our leader. Jim Sharf second. Pinky third is Ed Kerstetter, and 62 is of Sean Reap in fourth. 59 of Ryan Johnson fifth. There's Bubba in sixth. 07 of Ken Soska and the 151 of Guy Petra round out the lead lap cars, and now we do have some cars that have elected to stay out. The 108 and the 86, so they're now on the tail end. I don't know if that's gonna last for more than a couple turns if they didn't get tired.
I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if Dog didn't pull into the pits here. I think he might have just wanted to grab a point. Maybe the 86 was hoping to do the same thing. I don't think they've got nearly enough tire to think about doing this. But, you know, race is racing. You might be betting on another caution here, and you can stay out front. Quick cautions happen, and you get your lap back.
Absolutely, absolutely. And at this point in the race, maybe it's worth the gamble.
I would say it is. It looks like he is going to stay out. Oh, the 108 is not looking like he's signaling pit road, so...
Yeah, he's kind of up high there, isn't he?
The 86 does
go in.
The
86 does go in, so Dog staying out. And interesting call.
He will restart the race for us.
And the lights
are on. Dog ain't alone anymore. He's got a team around him that is pretty dang talented, and so is that Pony Express team. They've butted onto the league this year and done some business. You know?
Well, it's always good to see Thor Racing and Pony Express, these guys, the teams that don't get a chance to win all the time up here, and the Dog has put one heck of a team together, and so as it's good to see him up there. I know.
In his words, he's like, "Dad, Isaac, gonna win some of these races."
And for those out there who don't know much about Mr. Dog Palmer here, John Palmer he's paralyzed from the waist down, I believe, and operates a TSW wheel that's specially made for him, and it has accelerator and all that and brake on the wheel. So you have to be extremely talented to do this anyway. Absolutely. But to do this like him, like Den Francesconi,
he did it for 600 miles too.
It's incredible. It's incredible. I mean, this guy is a phenom, and I can't give him enough kudos out there.
He's like, my hand is numb and my butt is numb, sitting in a wheelchair, you know,
and what a sense of humor to joke about that and say, hey, listen, at least I have the catheter. I don't have to worry about getting up and going to the bathroom. I got a catheter. Great guy.
Yeah, Milty just goes in his pants normally, so doesn't change anything.
Do it in the suit as we go.
And they're off.
Yeah, they're off.
It looks like the 83 wants his lap back too, so the 15's got to fight 2 cars up here now.
Yeah, he does.
And the 151 there.
Teammates. And so they're not going to fight too much because Matt's going to try to give his teammate the lap back.
Oh, and there almost is contact there between Mike Sanders and Matt Watkins. And then there is contact. And there's big wrecking behind. Oh, my.
I'm not sure what happened there.
And Kerstetter.
The 151, the 86, the 07. And they're still wrecking.
Oh, this is going to change.
They're still wrecking. Oh, my. Wow, that
Ken Hansen actually missed that one.
that changes everything. Wow.
Oh,
A
and
lot
they
of
were
cars
still
involved.
wrecking on the grass there. Teammates got to.
Wow, Matt
Well,
Matt
I tell
Watkins'
you.
car is used up.
I tell you, Labor Day vacation for Monsoon is going to be awful uncomfortable.
Yeah, there might be some brooms being pushed around there.
Yeah, who's going to push the broom this week?
Yeah, Matt Watkins' car is dripping oil, dropping parts. He just locked up the rears. I don't know what's going on with that car. But the spoiler is above the roof line, it looks like.
Well, you changed the whole dynamics of this race now. I mean, we've had guys getting hosed that are, bad juju, whatever, bad luck, and then all of a sudden now things change. That the guy that was way out ahead is all messed up here. So
Yeah, and let's take a look back at what happened here. Chasing Matt Watkins here as our leader, and you see a little contact with Mike Sanders, and then it just got they never got off of each other, and Matt hard into the outside wall.
Yeah, they bounced back off each
And
other a couple
look at
times
the
there, but
wrecking in front of
I'm
him.
not sure what Matt was doing there.
And then
He was
contact
trying to
again
be-
with Guy Pietro in the
agree.
62.
It looked like he was bringing. It looks like he was trying to bring the 191 down to make it 3 wide, and I don't know if that was the best move to make right there. I think I would have been a little more patient myself, but
Wow,
he had plenty of time there.
That was
my
that was-
assessment would be the same. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that was
Well, you don't see that very much from the 15 there, and
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, me either. And by the way, Mike Sanders is
It's
driving.
maybe a
Is
spotter.
driving. He's
Oh, I'm
driving a
sorry.
Ford. I'm sorry, Mike Sanders is driving a Ford Fairmont. I just wanted y'all to know that. I painted that up for him. You guys remember the Ford
Nice.
Fairmont?
you painted up some
Yeah.
cars for me too. Appreciate it.
Let's get back to the racing here. So we got 23 laps.
You look at this. The guys we thought were gonna
Lights.
do well.
Lights are still on the pace car.
Kerstadler's been through a washing machine. That thing, it looks like a Porsche now. It's all the whole. He doesn't even have a rear wing in the back of that thing.
Yeah, the rear wings kind of. Oh boy, that car. Both of them. Him and Matt are both kind of damaged there.
Yeah,
But I can see
is.
inside the fuel cell on the 28 there. That's not looking good.
Yeah, that's your knickers are showing.
Oh man, the front end of the 15 shot too.
Yeah,
So he got it on both ends.
and that melee was Steve Weber's big gain as he jumps all the way to 5th place on the lead lap now. With so many cars that were lead lap cars damaged in this last wreck. Yeah, the 28 car is used up. The 15 car is used up.
And who's leading this race?
The 23
So,
of
they're going to
Finke-
keep running.
Finke
Ryan
is
Johnson and
doing a
Bubba,
great job
1,
tonight
2,
of just
3.
staying with it. Good for Jim
Yeah,
Sharp to stay
absolutely.
with it. And
Yep. He was running like 18th, 15th. Here I am.
Yeah, and with 22 remaining,
got Bubba up there in third. And
Dude,
Ken
so we're-
Soska. What a
we're
great
gonna have
lineup of
more-
guys here.
Absolutely. We're going to have more cautions here. There's a lot of beat up pieces now. There's no way they're going to be able to hold on to those, are they?
I don't know, boy. When these things get battered up like that, they're hard to control.
yeah, they are, and they're much slower, and
And arrow-wise, they just want to loop around. You get in a pack of cars and you're going 7-8 miles faster than you usually do, and the car ain't made to handle it anyway. And then you're gonna take away the spoiler, and you got a car that's looping around.
so
And lights are off.
Lights are finally off.
Be 19 to go.
The 9 and the 86 are showing 1 lap down, and then the 43 4 laps down. The rest on the lead lap now, including the 191. So Mike Sanders
Come on, Pinky.
has survived, and he's on the lead lap. Let's see what happens.
He's got the 9 starting on the inside of him, but I think Ken's going to give him room. Ken's very good at that. Ken Hansen is a great driver, and he's always very aware of what's going on around the racetrack. And I think he's just going to kind of let them go here. He's putting on a show for us, but I don't think he's going to give this much of a battle.
Well, he needs to do it very carefully because his car is beat to crap there. So
yeah, it's all pushed in the back.
And he has some fast. He has some fast cars behind him too. He's got the 43 is still very capable of running here, and who's behind him? The 86.
Yeah, the 86 bashed in.
Yeah, he had such a good run. Sorry to see that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Mark Dillon Jr. has really run consistently and effectively.
Good guy too. Really good guy.
Paces off, and we're about to go green flag racing with 21 to go.
Bubblicious. Let's say Buttalicious.
Well, I'll tell you, to win a race on, I've never won I've won some races, but never won one on TV. And
what a lead he
that
stretched
foot's
out.
Got to be shaking a little bit.
He did get a nice restart. 59 trying to keep up.
Now what he needs to do here, he needs to keep
3 wide behind him, and we got Bubba into the wall. Oh, and Mike Sanders just clobbered him and flipped him. And the 191 and 24 are...
Oh, I think Bubba was going for it, dude. I mean, you know...
that was not his doing there, it looked like. Looked like the 07 tried to make it 3 wide right there. And
3 wide,
pushed up a little into the 24 car. Ken Hansen into the wall ahead of him. And then as Bubba came down, Mike Sanders.
What a contact there. Wow, that really hurt. Mike Sanders clobbered there. Clobbered the 24. And I don't think Mike had anywhere to go. Didn't know where he was going to be.
Well, yeah, Bubba was kind of trying to let him by, it looked like.
Yeah, that's a shame for Bubba. What a great run he was having.
Yes, it was.
That was the run of his lifetime right there, and I know how that feels when you get that one good race.
Yeah, absolutely.
You had that the other night, Greg.
Yeah, I had it for
I remember you had it. You were with that Matt Watkins last night, a few nights ago, and you were having a ball out there. It was fun to watch you out there.
Yeah, it lasted for about like 4 laps, but it's always fun when it does happen to you.
Absolutely.
I know how Bubba was probably feeling here. That wow, top 5 in Winston Cup is like 3 wins, and now that might be in jeopardy. He'll stay on the lead lap here, and there's only 9 cars on the lead lap, so he still has a top 10 to salvage here. So there's maybe something to drive for, but I'm sure some disappointment there.
Now, you guys think that these guys with the damage, the 28, the 15, do you think these guys got the potential to get up there and mess up the 23 at this point?
I have to say no, Sammy. I have to.
I don't think so. I don't think so
either. It's car is too skittish. It just all of a sudden, and you may think you do, and then all of a sudden it's gone. You just lose it.
To tell you the truth,
you need a wing in the back.
Yeah, and
it's kind of important.
With such few laps remaining, I'm wondering if these guys even have done any repairs. And with only 9 cars on the lead lap, I think I would have brought my car in and got 100% repaired at least, unless they already have, and this is the results. I don't know.
I think that's the results.
I think
they got clobbered good.
Really?
So if this is as good as it gets, they had about 2 laps there to see how it felt. So
Pinky's sitting here going, let these caution laps
run
down.
They can keep coming. Yep, they can keep coming. He says you guys can have another caution behind me.
He's friggin' fired up. He's gonna fire off that start line. Give me another one, and I'll win this damn thing.
Yeah, but he had the field covered. It looked like right there if it stayed green. But yeah, you're right. Obviously, you can't get past under caution, so as long as you're in the lead, you got no worries. But I think
Ryan
that
Johnson
59's
also,
hungry.
I mean, how about these players, man? You know, this is so cool. These guys, this is a whole field of professional sim racers, and you know, we focus a lot on the guys that win a lot, and it's all about winning. You know, you play to win the game. You know, and
It's a game of hundreds. It's a game of thousands of a second. And
millis, yeah.
And when these guys, somebody like the 23 or the 59, they're so close all the time, and now they've got it. And I'm going to tell you right now, if we'll find out later. But I know when I'm sitting in Pinky's seat right now,
I'm shitting.
I am shaking. My feet are shaking, my arms are shaking, and I'm sweating, and it could be 23 degrees outside, and inside, but I got that wrong. But anyway.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think we all know. I believe me, I do know that feeling. When
there's nothing like this. This is what we do it for. This is exactly the feeling that he's in that car for right now, is to feel exactly what he's feeling. It's adrenaline, it's excitement, it's fear, it's all kinds of things wrapped up in one. And here they go. They're going to go green next time around.
Yeah, and if you're Steve Weber here, the veteran behind the two,
you're thinking some stuff right now.
Are you kind of like licking your chops here?
If I'm Steve, I'm licking my chops.
I think Steve's feeling really good about this situation here.
But if you're Pinky here, you take a deep breath.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just make sure you have a good start.
Restart. Yeah. You realize first thing I gotta do is not miss my shift.
That's
and
right.
Make sure and when that sucker says green, get some and fight it and race that sucker
and shut that mirror off.
Yeah.
Forget about those guys. I'm taking turn one and the rest of this sucker.
I stopped looking in the mirror at this point, and I stopped looking at F2. I don't want nothing. I don't want to know where anybody is. I just need to know where the racetrack is.
Yeah.
And when he's out front like that, he wants to use as much racetrack as he possibly can at this point. High, low, high, low.
We've seen the field duck nose to tail, so the guys that were in the back were running just as fast as the guys in front because they didn't get away. So Pinky can do this.
And he'll lead us down. Ryan gets a great restart with him.
Very good.
Gives him a tap.
And gives him a love tap, and Pinky gets into the wall. Oh my, this is really going to scramble things up again. But
the 59 lets off it now because he realized that he kind of got into him. And the 59 let off.
Dylan Jr. wants to get his lap back, but he's, it's just about time to relinquish that.
And he moves over
the proper way.
Wow. Oh,
no! Good job by the 86 to hold on to it, and he does.
Man.
Good job at 86.
Oh, and then Matt Watkins gets in the dog behind it, and I'm sure a caution has to come out here.
Mark got out of the way, but then he came back into the racing line there, and
well, his car has got to be a handful with that.
Yeah, absolutely. He probably got loose there.
Yeah.
Because he definitely did not want to do that.
Oh, man, almost a disaster for Sharp.
Oh, man.
Twice in one, man.
I think there's going to be doo-doo in the cockpit.
Yeah. Sammy, if he wasn't already sweating and shaky and nervous.
Yeah, he's got enough now.
We still got 13 to go, so
that's what I'm saying. He looks at the laps remaining, and he's like, oh, my God, I got to do this again.
Mark did everything he could there to stay out of the way.
Yeah,
good job by him.
I agree. I think the car's a handful right now. Yeah, we can't get to that 10-lap rule fast enough for Pinky, but it's going to be right on the edge here. It's going to be an admin call here.
No worries. You got you got no fuel issues.
No,
you did well. You took care of your tires. He's getting great. He's really defending
Matt Watkins is parking it. He is going to park it, and this is probably a good thing to do because he doesn't know if he's for sure was involved or caused the two incidents. And at that point, you just kind of want to park it. And I don't know if he knows. So it's best so he can race next week and be sure of it. He had to park the car. And shame for Matt Watkins because he's a great competitor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I don't believe Matt's racing for any points here. He's already only running some select races, I think. So
No,
for
his
him, there's no
press
point issue
manager contacted me today and was like, "You're broadcasting." I said, "Oh yeah." Greg said, "We're on." So then all of a sudden they fired up the helicopter.
Yeah, I seen Matt come in. His big old yellow helicopter is.
Well, he almost ran into Kerstetter, but
Yeah, and speaking of that, Ed is hanging into third place.
I still don't think he has anything for the leaders, because you saw what happened to Matt there. He just got so totally loose, and that air coming off that spoiler. I don't think he has enough to get around Pinky. I think Pinky and the 59 are going to make a heck of a race here.
he's in third place and he's hanging on to that beat up thing.
He sure is.
That's amazing. That's unbelievable. That's of course the broadcaster jinx right there. But lest not we forget that is, very difficult.
Well, they should be experiencing the 10-lap rule. They should be going into lapper cars now. We're going to need to go to the back. There is going to be less than 10 to go. When we get this restart, it'll be 10 or 9 to go.
So you're an admin, Sam. So when you're running and you're in the race, you're leading the race, and you also got the 10-lap rule. Obviously, you have a button set for that, and you worry about watching what actually happens after the race. You focus on the race, but you still have to have the presence of mind to know what lap it is and post that to remind the drivers.
It's very difficult to be an admin and race. I think the two should be separate. And I went to FSB trucks to watch them races, but on Sunday night I admin the late model series. I don't know that I'd want to admin the series and be in it, just because there's always so much action, and you do have to kind of keep an eye on the race. We're admins first when we're racing. It's admins first, no matter what. So we have to keep that in mind. Yeah, that's what Jim holds us to is admin first and then you're a driver.
Yeah, that's always a delicate balancing act between, especially when other drivers get around you, you're always wondering, do they, drive extra careful around the admins? The boss man seems to have like a little bubble around him.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think more people. More people crash into. More people crash. Hey, Milt, more people crash into the police car here than anybody else I've ever seen. They see the police and they decide that now's the time to make an infraction, to cause an assault, do something. They're going to do it right in front of the admin. Trust me.
That dude is a racer first. That's why he has the passion to run this league and to do all the work it takes to make it happen. But the reason why is because he has the passion. When he gets in the race car, it's on, and in the team channel, it's on, and we're racing.
Well, you see how good our boss did there in the Coca-Cola 600. Good for him getting a second place finish, and good for him to get up there on the podium. Speaking of podium, I see that 23 riding right behind that Corvette pace car, and I'm thinking this might be the night.
Oh man,
a
lot of time to think about it too. This is a big ass track right here.
It'll be 10 to go.
Yep, 10 to go when they take the green. 23 is in the lead, 59 right behind them.
In your mind, you got to think.
The wounded 28 in third.
The 59 is my competition. Everybody else is beat up. So hit your marks, race the track. All you got is that guy behind you, nobody else, and defend like you did the last time.
You had a great start this time.
Yeah, another solid
and no
start.
Traffic. And no traffic, so let's see what he does.
And let's see how these other cars handle the 23.
Race car drivers race, but here they come. Kerstetter, I can't believe. I mean, that thing's got to be a complete handful.
Oh, it is, but boy, he's...
Oh, the 23 got loose.
Yeah, the 23 got loose.
And 59 is going to run him on the outside. We'll see how this works out.
Plenty of time here.
Yeah, that's a lap lead for the 59 right there. We'll see
Absolutely.
what happens here as they go side by side into turn 1.
And 59 pushed up
59
way too
way
high.
up high.
Woo!
Here comes the
Kerstetter,
28.
What's Kerstetter gonna do?
He's got to run that high line, I think, with that
With
way
that
that
beat
car
up.
is.
Yep.
But that's
And he's
working for him.
He drives around on the outside.
And the 07
Sauska.
and the 83 joining the group here. Now let's see what the 28 can do for the 59.
We all said that he didn't think the 28 could do it with damage, but
Look at that back of that car. Jeez.
it'll be 7 to go when they cross
Johnson.
this line.
Yeah, he's got a lot of downforce, I guess, but down onto the apron, passing the 43 car.
Well, damage in this game is a funny thing, and if you got engine damage, you're screwed. But if you got body damage, sometimes it does. It all depends on how you get it and how the game reacts to it.
And Ed's
it's
giving
very
Ryan
funny.
something to
Oh,
think about on the
and so is
outside.
the
Here
07.
comes
The 07's
Ken
looking at it.
Sauska on the
Ed's
outside.
still looking at this now.
Yes, and the 07 is much cleaner. So, and here comes the 83 as well. So this is certainly not over. 9 laps remaining.
Less than that. I see 5.
Pinky has fallen off quite a bit. I think the reality of the pace
5 laps
he's running
remaining.
in the back is probably the best that car can give him right now. So, but what a great run for the 23. But I think these guys are running lap times here that are pretty impressive.
All it took was that 23 to get a little loose.
37.04.
Yep.
That's the best lap of the race for Ed Kerstetter with a beat-up car. That's incredible.
Yeah, he's staying right in the 59 track.
How do you do that? How do you run your best lap beat up like that? That's incredible. And they're all right there on his ass, too.
And yeah, the 07 I think is just waiting for Ed to make a move. If they get side by side, that's going to really open the door for him.
59 needs to defend here.
Remember, no.
You get one move. You get one move. So hold your line low. Make him. If you want to drift up, fine, but make that one move and make 2 moves. That's probably blocking.
Right, and we can. Well, we won't say we can block, but blocking is allowed at your own risk. 2 laps
With
to
2
go.
to go.
We have 3 to go right now.
Wow.
28 still
Wow.
right on his back bumper.
Weber's losing the little gap there.
He is.
The 83 is falling off, and Ryan Johnson coming up on 2 to go.
Yeah, now 2 to go. You can.
Understand who you have behind you. You know this guy's fast, but you know he's beat up. And it's one thing to catch somebody, another thing to pass.
Yeah, and we'll
Hit
see if
your
Ed
marks.
has one
He
pass
needs
left in
to
him.
protect that bottom. That's exactly what
Absolutely.
he's doing. Watch, look at him. He's going to protect that bottom. That's exactly what he needs to do. Make Ed go high. Ed ain't got enough out there to go high. This is where Ed's going to go high.
Oh,
and try to
right,
come up
a
underneath
little
him.
clip.
Oh, he pushes
Yep.
up.
Clip
Underneath
the
him.
apron.
Gotta
And
get
now
back
Ed-
down and defend. He can't do it.
No, it's white flag.
White flag.
Ed's gonna get side by side with him into turn 1. Or Ryan's
Great
gonna
drive.
hold him
Great
off on
drive.
the
Great
outside.
drive.
Oh, and
Great
Ed
drive.
loses
Oh,
it. Ed gets loose.
What a
couldn't hold it
great
on the bottom.
save.
Exactly what you said, Greg. He couldn't hold it on the bottom. He can get out there and run that high side.
A great
The
save.
59,
And 59
Ryan
is gonna
Johnson
win
is gonna
this
win
race.
this race. Good for him. Good for Ryan
What a
Johnson.
great
run
win.
Great run by Ken Soska and a great try by Ed Kerstetter.
And
for
checkered
sure.
flag for the 59.
Great
07
racing.
second.
Fans, do you see that stuff? This is great sim
80.
racing. You want to be a part of this.
Weber
FSB
takes
racing.
3rd. And I'm sure a disappointed 28 car in the end. Maybe should be happy that he finished 4th with that look of that car. But maybe a little disappointment there where he saw that checkered flag almost there, Sammy. and saw it all go away as the back end came around on him.
Sam, you're one of the best I've seen sideways, and
Yeah.
That was
and
pretty
not,
good right
and
there.
not, and not crashing. That's pretty good stuff right there, huh?
Amazing that he held on to it. Good job by Ryan. He's going to do a little crab walk for us. Good for him.
Well, we're gonna drag these
Yeah,
boys up here.
and
in
let's
a
take
few.
let's take another look at that real quick. 28 had the run went down low, and the back end just came right around. A little tap of the brake and straightened himself right out. That's nice driving there by Ed. But the mistake, of course, let Ryan loose, and that was all he needed to take
And
his
just-
checkered flag.
And you were saying it. He needed to protect
Whoa,
the bottom.
Saska,
and
look at that! What a fantastic finish for him.
Yeah, and a great finish for the 07 and the 83.
Daddy Steve, the Arizona roofer, he got to be pretty mentally tough to do that. It's kind of hot there.
And let's look at the rounding out that top five. The 23 of Jim Scharf did get his top five, though. He fought hard. Well-earned top five for the 23 car. 108 Dog battled back from that contact with Matt Watkins, finishing sixth. Guy Petra battled back as well from contact, finishing seventh. And Bubba, with maybe his best Winston Cup finish, brought it home in eighth on the lead lap, last car.
And he had
Great
a
job,
piece,
Bubba.
and he
Great
had
job.
a piece to get a top five.
And
He
Ken-
was, or better,
Yeah,
he was
and-
that good.
and
He was
certain-
serious tonight.
And certainly shout-outs to the 86 and the 9. Both cars were good at the beginning, had damage, fought back, just finishing one lap down, and top 10s for both of them.
I'm going to go pull those guys up for you. Does that sound good?
Yeah, have at it, man.
Yeah, so we're going to get the 59, the 07, first time up into the booth, Milty. That's a treat.
Absolutely. It
And-
shows you the talent level in this league and the ability for things to happen. When you're driving against some of these studs like Matt Watkins, you tend to, especially when he rolls a few off there, but then you get a chance and you capitalize, and that's shout out to the 23 there too, and we're gonna get those three boys up here, and Dog gets the top five, and that was a solid, hard race
Hey,
for
you
him.
can pull that up there, Chet.
Yeah, that was a race that really got turned on its head several times.
Twice, or
Yeah, maybe even
thrice.
3 times with the caution under the green flag session,
Yeah.
the green flag pit stops, then the top second and third place cars getting together and wrecking early on, and Matt Watkins with some contact as the leader, and in the end, the 59 takes advantage and did some really hard driving there at the end. So a well-earned victory
Hell
for
yeah.
the 59 car, Ryan Johnson.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job, Ryan.
Man, Ryan,
Thanks.
that might have been some of your toughest racing you've ever had right there at the end, holding off a beat up Ed. Car was beat up, but we know Ed's ability. That was
Yep.
some intense stuff there.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be able to hold him off. Like I said, I got loose there off 4 and going into 1 and 2. I just stuck it to the floor, and it looked like he got loose. So, but it was fun. It was awesome.
You defended so well, and but then when you pushed up, you didn't get flustered. You said, "Okay, I'm in the high line now," and you drove that sucker in that corner, and you made it stick. And Ed couldn't do it. That's a fantastic win, man.
I'm
Great
also
job.
going to pull up. I'm going to go ahead and pull up Ed Chris because I think we want to hear from him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he needs to get in here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Ken, you were kind of like an interested spectator there for a second, and then you had a couple good little runs there, and I'm sure a very satisfying second place overall.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, first, hey, Ryan, great run. I haven't had a
Hey.
chance to congratulate
Hey,
you
you
yet.
too.
And, Yeah, what a great night. I was fast all night. We were fast here Tuesday night for the Chicken Run race. So I've got to thank Michael Sanders over at Sin City Motorsports for some great equipment. And I swear I must have had a black iron bumper tonight because I got caught up in a couple of those incidents and hit someone, had no damage at all. So great stuff, great run, a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, your car looked pristine, so you definitely dodged some bullets there damage-wise because it looked really good and capitalized. Fantastic finish, way to maximize your what you can do, and of course it shows the skill level of all the drivers throughout everybody that shows up.
Ryan, I have got a chance to say congrats, and yeah, that was just a fun drive. I'm so impressed, and so glad that you won it tonight. I was rooting for you guys, all you guys up there, to mix it up like you did, and what a great race, Steve Weber, you too, man, awesome guy.
Appreciate that, Sam. Thank you very much.
Thanks, but that third place was kind of handed over to me when Ed lost it there. He was damaged. I was damaged too. I didn't have nothing actually, but he was on a roll, man, wasn't he? He was going.
Ed, dude, that save was just unbelievable. That thing was, you saved it, stabbed the brakes, saved it. You had a lot of speed there, and we were just, you just proved us wrong over and over again. What was it like in the cockpit there?
Yeah, my spotter told me that you guys didn't think with the damage I could be up there, so I had to try to prove you guys wrong.
You heard us.
Yeah.
No, it was first off, great win to Ryan. He drove that perfect there at the end. With that rear end damage, it was okay, but as soon as I pulled out of the draft, it had no pull, and so I had to try to, like he said, he slipped up coming out of 4, and I got beside him, and I just didn't know what the thing was going to do going into 1, and he ran that line perfect through there. And the last thing I wanted to do was get up into it, and I ended up getting up on the apron, and yeah, that thing wiggled around twice. I don't know how I saved it. That was pure luck.
Well, I probably pinched you a little bit, but I was just trying real hard.
No, you ran that perfect, Ryan. You gave me just enough room. You didn't pinch me at all. You ran that just like you needed to with 1 lap to go. That was perfect.
And what an exciting finish. That was a finish that will definitely stay in my mind. That's awesome race.
Yeah,
Damn,
absolutely.
your mic
great
is
finish.
kind of tripping there, man.
All right.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, great runs. So yeah, the ebb and flow of that race. When that caution came out with the green flag stops, guys, what were you thinking with the tail end cars?
Yeah.
What was the strategy there?
I was on the tail end, and I was about the 6th or 7th car back from the first tail end guy, and I had to race Watkins. He was right on my bumper for a long time. And I got up to Ed, and then the caution came out. So, I raced really hard there. I know I passed Webb, and it was tough. It was fun.
Well, it's going to be a fun replay to watch this race.
Heck,
guys.
Yeah, I
I'll
look
tell you
forward
what.
to it.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Good
Right on.
job, guys.
Wrap this up here, Ryan. Again, I don't know if that's your first Winston Cup win, or I know maybe your first one since you've been back again. So
That's my
it's a
first
very
Winston Cup
satisfying
win. So
Nice.
yeah, I've been wanting one
Nice.
since I started racing the Winston Cup. So finally got one.
Awesome.
If I remember correctly, that's been a few years.
What did you think there, Ryan, when the 23 was up there and he got a couple good restarts on you, and then all of a sudden on that one restart, it looks like you got a little loose coming out of 4 there, and you just ran onto the outside and said, "I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to drive like that Sam Young and hit the outside."
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
pretty
I'm sure he
confident
was
that I could
thinking
hold
that.
it down, and I figured I could get by him. I thought it'd be a little bit tougher, to be honest with you, but it was a good run. He raced clean, so I was just glad I didn't get caught up in one of those restarts. I think the 9 and maybe the 86 got loose. I don't know, but came close to getting wrecked a couple times, so I
Yep.
just got lucky.
Hey, Ed,
Yes, sir.
you moved up to 3rd in the points, man.
Oh, nice, cool.
Yeah, so yeah, but definitely a point implication race. Of course,
Our back in the lead.
Yeah, and our leader going into the race, Jeff Hale, made an announcement in the midweek there that he's going to be taking some time off. So this series is completely up for grabs now.
Yep.
Well, Steve Weber now has a 33-point lead if Jeff Hale doesn't come out. So you can take off next week, Steve, and come back and follow.
I guess Matt Watkins is going to be sweeping the shop this week. The guy's going to have to bring that broom over to South Carolina there.
Next week we got Michigan too.
Yeah, another usually green flag racing at Michigan. So yeah, these good racing tonight. A couple cautions more than I expected, but the end definitely was the payoff at the end was definitely worth it. So we'll move on to the next race, and
we can see you guys in Michigan next week, Greg.
We just may. We're not too far away already, so just a few states away, Milty.
Unfortunately, I'll be out of town next week, but if you want to jump in there, Sam, and take my spot for a week, that'd be fine with me.
We might see about that because, as y'all know, Sam really screwed up tonight, and I'm planning on getting back in the car next week.
Yeah, I can't believe when you
wants a little payback.
I can't believe I did it either. I meant to go and I just didn't. I just meant to hit the options, and I hit the retire instead. Your mouse jumps a little bit, or you're shaking, and it's over. Just try to do things too quick.
Yeah, that's all part of the fun here.
It's like an engine blow, same thing.
And so we'll wrap it up. Another thrilling race here at FSB Racing, and again, congratulations to Ryan on his first Winston Cup win.
Booyah! And
great top three for all three of you. Great top three, and great run by Ed as well there with the damaged car. So we'll see you when we see you again. Hopefully we'll get some more broadcasts in as the second half of the season progresses, and we'll see where it takes us. So Milty, always a pleasure, and Sammy, thanks for hopping in after the disappointment there. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for the broadcast, guys.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
You gotta catch that broadcast. Damn, that guy's pretty smart. Good thing he's my teammate.
Good job again, Ryan.
All right, thanks, Webb. Appreciate it. Good race.